Okay guys, I'm going to go ahead and screencast the Making Holes in CAD activity 1.3.2. What I'm going to do is basically just recreate this drawing through Fusion, and I'll have to decode all these symbols in order to make the drill block, and then when I go back and do it as a drawing, I'll have to re-encode. So I'm going to have to use the symbols both directions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with making just a block. That block's going to be 2 inches deep. I'm going to make it 5 inches wide, and I'm going to make it 3 inches tall. And then I'm going to put some holes into it. So I'm going to come over here and use a center rectangle and make that rectangle 5 tab 2. Hit enter, finish that sketch, and then I'm going to extrude this up. Extrude that up 3 inches. Alright, so now I got the drill block that I want to make. When I look over here, I'm going to go ahead and start. My first hole is just a 0.5 inch diameter through hole. That's not too terribly difficult. Coming over here, I'm going to use the hole here, and I'm going to place that hole right here. And then I come over here, so I want this to say simple, and then when I scroll down on this, I want this diameter, that diameter to be 0.5, and for the depth, I'm just going to set it to 3 inches. So that will be 3 inches, which will go all the way through our block. Okay? So that is what that was intended to be. That's what that means to be a 0.5 inch through hole. The next one is a little more complicated. The hole itself goes a diameter of 0.375 to a depth of 2 inches, and then there's a counter bore, which is like a recess that is 0.75 and 5 inches. So I'll go ahead and do that one. So I'm going to make a hole. I'm going to turn this here when I place that. I'm going to come over here and click along that grid line the best I can. I'm going to change this to counter bore. Scroll down. So I'm going to start now. The diameter of the hole is 0.375. So that's that one there. The depth of the hole, which is over here, that is 2 inches. And then the counter bore diameter, which is this distance right here, is 0.75, and the depth of the counter bore is 0.5. So that is what needs to be done. Take a look. That's what that needs to look like. So that is that hole. Now I'm going to do my next one. So that is going to be here. Okay, so this one isn't counterbored, it's countersunk, meaning it goes in at an angle, that angle being 82 degrees, which is typically the top of a screw head. That's a pretty standard thing. The hole itself is 0.25 inches in diameter, and it goes a depth of 2.25 inches. And then the countersink is 1 inch in diameter at an angle of 82 degrees. So I'm going to come over here and create a hole. Again, I always like to tap the top. It lets me place this approximately where I want it to be. I'll go ahead and do this, and then I'm going to change this to countersink. And then I'm going to enter my data. So the width of that hole, the diameter of that hole is 0.25. The depth of that hole is 2.25. And then the radius, or my diameter of the countersink is 1. And it's already set at 82 degrees. Okay. And that's that hole. Now I'm going to do one more hole here. And let's see. That hole is a counterbored hole. It is a 0.5 inch through hole and has a counterbore of 0.75 degrees at 0.625 depth. So come over here, and hole, and then tap the top so I can really align it nicely. Put it right there, make a counter bore, and then I'm going to start in here. So the hole itself is a diameter of 0.5, and then the depth would be 3 inches, or more, because I want to go all the way through. The counter bore is 0.75, and it goes to a depth on the counter bore of 0.625. Enter, and there it is. All right, so now I need to save it, and I'm going to save that as drill block. And save. Okay, now I'm going to come up here and create a drawing from design. Hit OK, and I'm going to pause this for a moment as it loads, because this is always something that takes a little time on the spinning wheel for a second. And I'll pause here for 10 seconds. Okay, that is placed up, has popped up here. I'm going to go ahead and place my base view. I'm going to end up erasing the base view here a little bit, so I'm going to place that and hit OK. Now I'm going to do a projected view. Button there. I'm going to tap that, and I'm going to come up. I'm going to leave a little room over top so I can check mark. I'm going to go ahead and do the section view just because I'd like to be able to do that. So I hit create section view. I come here, I tap right down that midline. I drag out right here to here. So that's a cutting line for my section view, and then place that right there. Okay, so I actually have 3 things here. That's fine. Really what I want to work on is this one up here. So what I want to do now is I want to make this look like that. Oops. So I'm going to learn to use these labels. The first hole is 0.5, and it goes all the way through, nothing fancy. So I'm just going to dimension that. I'm going to hit the dimension button up here. I'm going to come down, grab that, and oops, grab the wrong thing. Cancel. That, I'm going to zoom in a little bit, and that's what I want. Now, I want that to say through, so I'm going to right click and hit OK. I'm going to double click on this, and it brings up this. So now, right there, I'm going to tap spacebar and capital T H R U, and then enter, and I believe that is what that has. Okay. Yep. Okay, so the next one, I'm going to specify that the hole is 0.375 to a depth of 2 inches. So that is going to be come up here, and that one a little bit higher, and okay. So double click or undo that, and come in. I'm going to grab the there. Scroll around, give myself a little room. Notice that rounded it to 3/8. And then right click and hit OK. I can fix that. Over here, I can just change this, the representation. I'll be able to change that linear precision. I'll go to 1, 2, 3. All right. So that is diameter of that to a depth. So right here, what I'm going to do is I'll put a space, and then I'm going to insert a symbol, the depth symbol. I'm going to put another space, and I'm going to take 2.00. Now, this is a big trick. To get to the next line and make it look the line, because I want to put the counterbore information, I don't just hit enter, I hit shift and enter on my computer. And then I'm going to put in the symbol for counterbore, and then the symbol for diameter, and then I'll type 0.75 after clicking here with my mouse. 0.75, another, not a B, but a space, and then I'm going to put in a symbol, a depth of 0.5. then I'm going to hit enter, and then I think perhaps I would drag this over a bit. But that has the information. So what I'm doing here is getting all of this, I'm labeling that up to be what it was from the start. So again, those all mean specified things, and I want to make sure that I understand. Not really just how to label it. That's, well, it's important. It's not overly important. What I really need you to understand is that this is the symbol for counterbore, and this is the symbol for countersink, and what those actually mean. All right, I'm going to leave you to the last two. If you need a hand grabbing